I want y'all to go to more specifically on alkaline food chart. We say 5 foods that related to fire. We'll say soursop. I say 1. Soursop is one of the fire food. Any other fruit, vegetable?
Not a chlorophyll, right? So,
Repeat that.
not chlorophyll, right? Chlorophyll? No, that's it.
Chlorophyll. Let's be more specific. Chlorophyll, like greens, like chlorophyll. Okay.
Yeah, green
Like
chlorophyll.
kale. What else? What else? We got. What else we have?
Ginger.
Ginger. Very good for the stomach. Cayenne pepper. Cayenne, yes, which is AKA African bird pepper. They say cayenne pepper, if you put it in someone's mouth who's in a coma, you can resurrect someone out of a coma. That's the power of African bird pepper. What about red onions? Always when we look at fire food, we look at food that have color, color vibration. So now when we talk about fire, when we start off with fire, you got to be fired up to have the energy, because fire represents energy. That's why during these seasons, people travel, they explore, they're able to sustain energy from the sun during that sun season, so that during the hibernation season, it can radiate more. So now, from a wealth standpoint, my brother Yomi, can you express some of the first steps when it comes to the fire sign in relation to the wealth empowerment?
Yes, peace, family. Once again, when we talking about the wealth portion, and we talking about building a flower, the first element when you join a flower is fire. You come in as a fire, like he said. That as an emotion is you're on fire, means you're passionate. You have passion, and like he said, the fire element also represents the blood. You're the new blood. We constantly need new people coming into the flower. So you're that lifeline, that bloodline. That fresh blood that's coming into the flower. So the fire represents that passion. Somebody's given you, told you about the flower, told you about building the wealth, and now they've passed on that passion to you. So now you have that passion. And so fire, like he said, you're on fire, means you're excited. So we want everybody to be excited. We want everybody to be cheerful. You get what you put out there. So we want everybody to be cheerful gifters, to be happy, to be gifting to another member, of the community. So we want you to be on fire, and you represent that blood, that new blood that's coming into the community.
Giving thanks. And fire is very important in the season of, again, sustaining during hibernation, because when we go into the next element, which we go into air, and the power of having when we connect fire and air together, in a health perspective, we discuss about what we can do to help from the breathing when we combine the fire and air element. What we call it for those who's on the line?
Fire breath.
Fire breath. So the fire breath now is very important for those who have respiratory issues, breathing issues. They can do their fire breath, get their breathing back, intact. There's ways how you could do it when you hold your chest, your stomach area, so when we combine elements, just like when we combine it from a wealth building teaming wise, that fire and air come together, help each other. You can do as much as well. So when we talk about now the air element, what season does the air element represent?
Fall.
And when does that start?
September 20th.
Yeah. And what principle is that? Feminine or masculine?
Masculine.
Masculine, yeah. And that's 3 months, which when we look at the zodiac calendar and breaking it down, we see that you have your Libra, which is the liver, the stomach. I mean the Scorpio, which is the kidneys, and the Sagittarius, which is the stomach. And we talk about the importance of that, especially during this season. You know, during this time, this month, next month coming up, Thanksgiving, and people going to be indulging, filling the stomach. When during these times, you should be taking care of these precious organs. Your kidneys and your liver also represent the sanitation. So the proper breathing can also help with those areas outside of, you know, other things to help nourish it. So when we look at fall, we see that, AKA that's the time for cleansing. So something got to come out. Something got to fall out the body. All them heavy metals got to fall out. I can't stay during the winter hibernation season when you don't have as much fire out as before. It's clean out time. It's cleansing time. So anyone can tell me any alkaline foods in relation to the fall season. Can you name 5 alkaline foods in relation to the fall season?
I don't think second roll.
Is an alkaline-based starch, which is a root. You know, when we talk about the different type of roots, you want to definitely be careful from the yucca and all the other starch that sits in the body. It takes a extra toll when it comes to your digestion, especially if you eat it at a certain time. That's why if you're eating any starches and stuff, especially during air season, you want to eat it at a certain time where it's able to break down so it don't stay in the body. So as far as the root is concerned, jacama is one of the alkaline starch vegetables that you can use during the fall season. Anyone else can name any?
I'm off the top. What about the callaloo? Because I remember.
Callaloo, yes. Callaloo grow wild, and for those, again, that's part of the spinach family. That's the original parent. So callaloo, and the father to it, you would say, is the amaranth grain. The amaranth grain, you can make it like a porridge. You can make it like a soup too. Also, that could be a rice substitute. So you have your callaloo, your amaranth, your jacama. Any other alkaline food?
What about some quinoa? Oh no, wait.
Quinoa can always do, definitely. And remember, the darker the quinoa, the better. More copper. Giving thanks. Anything else?
What about some kale?
Kale, yeah. Well, we say kale, yeah. Definitely the kale. Green leafy. Of course, when we do our class, we show you how to prepare it the right way if you decide to eat it live, raw. It'll be easy to digest. Most people don't like to eat it because it's too rough. So there's ways on how to procedure to preparing it. So definitely kale, yeah. These are, again, a lot of the air food that we can partake in during this season to be proactive in our health-wise as we continue to empower ourselves wealth-wise. Brother Yomi, can you share any insights about air element in relation to wealth building?
Okay, yeah, the air element in relation to the wealth building and building the flower. The air is the next level after you join as a fire. The next level, you're represented as the air element. So the air, when we talk about the air, that represents, your throat chakra, represents the power of the word, the power of speaking, the lungs. So the air gives life to the fire, right? Fire needs oxygen to breathe. So the air is the one who's giving life to the fire, who is spreading the word. They've received the good news about this opportunity, and they're spreading the word, and they're finding new people, passing on that passion that they have. They're passing it on to new fires. So they're giving life to new fires. So they're breathing and passing on the word using their their throat chakra, their ability to speak. You know, once you join, that's the first step. But the second step is to now share the opportunity with at least 2 more people. So you have to use your words and share with your friends and family, and use that air element. You know, speaking, being able to inspire other people. That's represented by the air element. So yeah, the second level is the air element.
Giving thanks, and as we proceed, we know that in the zodiac calendar, after air is water. But now, when we come to wealth building, we want to make sure, and we can't forget Mother Earth, and Mother of Earth, which is a very important role in what we do to continue to bless each other, gift each other, water each other. You know, so we go into the next element, which is Earth. And while we go to Earth, again, because when we look at from the zodiac calendar standpoint, from the health standpoint, we see that the new year starts in March. What day do we have for that? Anyone could share? For the Earth element?
March 20th.
Right, March 20th. And March 20th, which represents what season?
Aries. The spring.
Spring season. And what principle does that represent?
Feminine.
The feminine principle, and that's about 3 months, which we have the Aries, which represents the bone marrow, the Taurus, the skeleton, the Gemini, the flesh. Very, very important part of the precious organ, the body. And when we look at, those 3 months, we see that Mother's Month is in March. Why is that? That's another thing, because we're in the element of spring, Earth, Mother Earth. Then you have Mother's Day, which is May. Well, in reality, those 3 months represent the feminine principle as assistant to the fire and the air, which is very important before we go into the other last element. So when we say, again, the spring represents new life, new beginning, the bring up of something new, completion born, coming back again. So definitely, health-wise, spring is very important, because this is when we talk about eating those alkaline foods. There's certain specific food that prepares and grows in spring, which is made for the spring season. Can anyone tell me any alkaline foods, about 5 of them, in relation to the spring season?
I was just thinking about the jelly coconut, but I think that's more summer, right?
Coconut jelly is good for spring too. Definitely, coconut jelly is a spring food. Yeah, we have our grapes. The swamp grapes especially. Definitely spring food. Yep. Anything else? What about our sea moss, y'all? Sea moss. Springtime sea moss. Everybody want to look fly and, have the 102 minerals and 92 minerals in them. Sea moss. Watermelon. Everybody want they seeded watermelon. Come on, those are spring food. Watermelon. Don't be eating no watermelon in the winter.
Okay. All right, what about mango?
Let's go, mango. And the best mango is that Haitian mango. Oh, man, that joint is juicy. Let's go. We got the Haitian mango. These are all and many, of course, fruits and vegetables that we can partake in, foods that we can partake in the spring season, which accommodate and harmonize with that season when it comes to our health. Now, when we build in relation to wealth building, the element earth is as important as fire and air. Can you share, brother Yomi, in relation to wealth, the earth element, giving thanks?
Right, the earth element that represents your in preparation to be watered. Watered is actually, when you actually move from being a gifter to the one gifted. So the earth element, in a body that represents the bone, that represents the skeleton, the structure. So the earth is firm. The earth gives you that structure. So the earth is supporting all the other elements. So the earth is supporting the air, the people who came in, your two people who came in behind you, and the earth is also supporting the two people your two heirs brought in. So you're supporting 6 people. Now, once you give that support to those 6 people, that earth is then in preparation to move on to the water position. So the earth, we say, is foundation. Like Brother Rojo said, Mama Earth, we all live on Mama Earth, that's our foundation. Without the earth, we don't have a home. So the earth represents, again, as far as the body, it represents your your bones, your skeletal system. So in terms of wealth building, that's your foundation. Your for you to get to the water position, those 2 people you have behind you have to be strong earths, right? They're gonna be your supports, your 2 right-hand people in terms of building your flower, in terms of building your wealth. So you want to make sure your earths are strong, so eventually for you to move into the water position, you have to have 2 strong earths, to support you. So the earth is in that support position, and is the foundation, and is supporting everybody else. So that's what the earth element represents in terms of our wealth building system.
Giving thanks. And, of course, as we move forward, and of course, earth have everything for us. It birth all, the natural remedies and everything, our saying and the saying, use your food as medicine, or medicine will be your food. So Mother Earth is our first natural medicine outside of course, the other elements. And as we proceed into the water element, where we say you must be like water, the body is made up of a majority of water. It's important to have that fresh, nourishing water, which is also represented what season, y'all?
Winter.
The winter season. And what principle is that represented?
Feminine.
The feminine principle, which is 3 months. We say the Capricorn represent the bladder, the Aquarius represent the intestines, and Pisces represents the genitals. And it's so funny because when it comes to health, when those who are either have bad water within their body or lack of it, those precious organs are the first ones to start to give up on you. Those precious organs are the first ones to start to wear and tear: the bladder, the intestines, and the genitals. So, it's important that, especially during the winter season, not only we drink the fresh water, we definitely take that time to fortify ourselves and have better appreciation of the water element, giving thanks. So when we talk about the winter season, you definitely want to be mindful of the foods that you partake in, because the fire sign is all the way on the other side. So, shut down from eating time have to be more earlier than usual, and the foods that you eat have to be more carbon based, of course, more sun food value, high in sun food energy, 9 point pH rise, alkaline food, so that you can be able to sustain it and nourish the body more during the winter season. So can anyone name like about 3 to 5 alkaline foods in relation to the winter season.
Lots of color, something purple. Like
Repeat that.
foods with lots of color, like purples and greens.
Okay, so you can name any of them.
I'm thinking.
Avocado, we got avocados, very, very good.
Okay, true. Kale again, right? That should be good.
Yeah, let's get something else. Let's get something different. We want to, there's so much. You see, that's the thing. A lot of people say, especially when it comes to the alkaline food chart and health and whatnot, that there's only like a handful of foods you can eat that's more for vegans and, vegetarian, alkaline lifestyle dealing with that. I beg to differ. There's so many different type of food out there. We just didn't do the research. So with us having those who do have the alkaline food chart, the tool, the health alkaline food, we call that our manual, our AKA Emmanuel.
Yeah.
We can always go there and review. So we got avocado, which is one. What else we have?
Pumpkin.
I name another. Pumpkin. Woo! Pumpkin squash, which is very, very good for the vision. Let's go. What else we have? What about some Brazilian nuts? You want to definitely, have them good nuts. The Brazilian nuts is very, very good for helping to build your weight up, Very, very nourishing too. What else?
Apples.
What about papaya? Huh?
Apples.
Apple a day. Keep the what?
The doctor away.
Doctor's way.
All right. So, apple a day, keep the doctor away. Which apple we prefer?
Granny Smith.
Yes, because we honor our grannies and our grandma and grandpa for our days to be longer and stronger. Giving thanks. Let me get one more.
But I have a question, though, because I don't have my chart in front of me. So the eggplant, did you say that was a hybrid?
Yes. Yes, eggplant is hybrid. One more. Let me get one more. It's winter time. You're locked in the house. You want to prepare something. You got your pumpkin soup. You got your fresh avocado slice. What else?
Some porridge. So I can't remember what kind.
You said porridge? That's a meal, y'all. We out here build, porridge in there.
All right.
Let's say papaya. I'm gonna leave y'all with this papaya. Papaya is very good, especially when it comes to the digestive system. It's very good to lubricate the stomach, especially those organs we was talking about during this season. And of course, I was sharing with y'all some science about the papaya seeds. So if you want to know more about that, join the class. But definitely, there's different ways to utilize these fruits and vegetables. And what we say. One person trash is another person treasure. So, when it comes to those things, you don't waste nothing. You can use the skin, you can use the seeds, and you can use the actual food. So with that, the winter season, we want to make sure and have the right nourishing food so it can digest in our body accordingly, and we won't feel that extra breeze. Woo! And when we talk about that, that can give us the energy so we can build on our wealth and start to water our people wealth-wise. And our brother Yomi going to share what watering means when it comes to wealth building.
Right. When we talk about water is the position we all want to reach to once we join a flower. The final position is the water. Once you're in a water position, that is when you're receiving. When we say watering, you're receiving. So those fires, those 8 new people who are joining the flower are going to be watering you. They're going to be giving to you. You know, in our culture, we say water is a blessing in the body. Like Brother Rojo said, the body is 70 to 80% water, so we definitely need to stay hydrated. And so, you know, we always say water, you know, rain is a blessing. You know, if you go to a shower, you know, you shower somebody with gifts. So you're going to be watered, you're going to be showered with gifts. And, you know, this is so that means once you reach the water position, you've completed a full cycle in the wealth building program. So you're now in the position of completing, of graduating. So you know, you receive, you know, if you graduate from school, you receive some type of certificate. If you graduate from this wealth building program, you receive your 8 gifts. You're going to be watered by those 8 new fires that are joining the wealth building program. So that's what the water represents in terms of this system. Water is your blessings. You're receiving your gifts. You're receiving your blessings. So that is water. Like we say, it's 70 to 80% of your body. So you definitely need to get, you know, stay hydrated and get your water on a daily basis. You can't, you know, you can go 30 days without food, but only, I think, maybe one day is dangerous. So to go without your water, we're 70 to 80% water. So that's definitely, you know, very, very vital element right there. So we want to make sure we get to that water position and we get watered. And when we say you're getting watered, that means you're receiving your gifts or your blessings.
You know, it's funny because in the class we was talking about the water element, and we were saying, you know, also water represents, you know, especially during this time where I see a lot of water is going to be broken. A lot of moms, you know, who are going to be delivering soon, you know, pregnant wives, you know, giving thanks. Water is going to be broken this season, so we definitely have the doula service and the doulas who will be there to help to give our people the gift of life, giving thanks. And of course, you know, there's going to be having a lot of baby showers. That's us also dealing with water. So, you know, a lot of people are going to be showered with gifts. So as we master these elements, as we become one with these elements, now we're able to, like the wealth aspect, be able to master our gifts, our internal spiritual gifts, our physical gifts. We can express it to the world, show that we're gifted, show out, be showful. You know, you don't have to show off, but show out. You know, so as we continue to again become one with these elements, we're able to show and express health-wise that we're gifted in our craft. And the same thing when it comes to the wealth building, the power of. And I want to ask you this question, Brother Yomi. What does it mean to be gifted when it comes to wealth building? How do one get gifted utilizing these 4 elements?
Well, utilizing these 4 elements, like we said, it's a process. First, you know, the first element is fire. You know, you have that passion. You're on fire. When you're on fire, you're excited. We want people who are going to be excited, who are going to be cheerful. You know, you come in as a gifter. So we want people that are going to be cheerful. Cheerful gifters, 1. And then 2, share this opportunity with at least 2 other like-minded people using that air element, you know, using that air element, sharing, using their power of the word, speaking life into other people, because this is life we're coming with, right? Financial life, financial health. Like we said, health is wealth. This is financial health we're dealing with. So then the second element is air, and then the third element, like we said, is earth. So once you're earth and you're strong and you're given that support, earth is, you know, like we said, that foundational element, you know, such as Mama Earth, such as the bones in your body. You know, your whole body is resting on your bones, your structure. So we got to tap into that, be that firm, be that solid foundation. You're now almost graduated through the wealth building program. So now you have the experience to pass on and support those who coming in behind you, right? So now once you go through all those three elements, you reach the fourth element, which is water, like we said. And that means now you're able to receive. You go from giving to now you're the receiver. Water flows. Like Brother Roa said, be like water, water flows. So now what you gave is now flowing back to you. What you put out there, if you gave in a cheerful way and you harnessed all these elements, now it's going to come back to you multiplied. We say, each fire, as they master these different elements and go through these different levels, these different processes, what they gave is now coming back to them multiplied 8 times. So it not only circulates, but it multiplies that energy. There's a energy that goes along as you master these different elements. You raise your vibration, you raise your frequency. So it not only comes back to you, but it comes back to you multiplied. So that's what it means to use all these elements and go through the whole wealth building program. And now that's new life. You're giving new life to your financial self. We have many different selves: our spiritual self, mental self, physical self. We also have our financial self. So as you go through this process and master these elements on a financial level, you now have new life financially. So that's how we master all these elements on a financial level.
Powerful, family. Powerful. Giving thanks. True health is wealth, and true wealth is health. Ashe.
Ashe.
And what I want to do before we definitely close out this session, I definitely want to get some testimonies for those who's online. I want to get 2 testimonies, and then of course, if anyone have any questions or comments, feel free before we close out. One, I definitely want to open up for anyone who is part of our wealth building portion that's on the call now, on the Zoom now. Definitely, I want y'all to just to give a quick testimony. What empowered you to be part of our investment portion? Anyone online who's part of our wealth building? Just would like to get that testimony, if anything, real quick. What empowered you, inspire you to be part of our wealth building? And then also, we would like someone who's online to share, if you're taking our Alkaline lifestyle classes, the workshop, what inspired you to take the class, and how has it been empowering you thus far, especially when it comes to the elements? The floor is open.
Greetings. This is Sister Latonica. Peace. I'm actually on both. What inspired me to join the investment group is generational wealth, being the one who's taken a step into, building wealth for my family and my lineage. That's definitely number one for me. As far as the Alkaline lifestyle class goes, my health, making sure that I'm making the right choices when it comes to my health. And what has helped me to do and what has been helping me to, figure out and formulate is with the different elements in the different seasons and, the different organs that is associated with these seasons is figuring out which herbal teas or which herbal blends, what herbs to use that can help with those different organs, and create my own blends in order to help me detox and cleanse that specific organ during that specific time. So I'm definitely am getting more informed as I go along within the class. Giving thanks.
Ashe, giving thanks. Anyone else? Any last questions or comment? Anyone else would like to give a testimony before we close out in regards to our health and wealth building? All right. So with that being said, family, we definitely give thanks to our brother Yomi helping me out alongside with this Alkaline Lifestyle Workshop. This one is a special one as we connect our health and wealth building. For those, again, who don't know, we have some wonderful opportunity with our wealth building portion, utilizing the elements to work in our favor and learning to earn a return with these different principles. And as well as when it comes to our health, understand how we can, like our sister said, use these elements in our favor to be self-sufficient. In these times when it comes to health, if there's somebody who specializes in certain things not available, you need to have the right knowledge to know yourself. Same thing. If there's not a work opportunity or job opportunity out there in regards to move, you can have a wonderful opportunity with our wealth building to utilize that as a platform. So again, when we say true health is wealth, true wealth is health, not only we say it, we live it. And Powerful Pioneers just shared it and demonstrated today. So we give thanks for everyone tuning in. Again, we give thanks for our brother Yomi, all of our participants, all of our Powerful Pioneer members, supporters. And stay tuned because we normally have our Wednesday call. We will be having some specialized representatives. And also tomorrow we have our investment representative who will be sharing about some real estate opportunity at 9 p.m. So stay tuned. Giving thanks, family. With that being said, peace and love, y'all. Ashe. Power.